on the Voice of the Ambazonian Woman on ABC TV. And here we are staying the course with the women, the ladies, the mothers coming out to talk, to rub minds, to share with you, to greet you, and to make sure that we are all in right standing, to make sure that all of us are on the same platform and we are doing that which is right for homeland. We just want to appreciate everyone in the Americas, in Europe, Asia, home front, ground one, wherever you are all over the world, and Amazonia, who is watching us at this very moment. We want to thank the technical crew for being there. The wonderful work you are doing behind there, we thank you. Today, we are, as you can see us, my patients, I'm now Rachel. We are always here not because we have all the time on earth, but because we squeeze out time from the little one, from our tight schedules to make it, because homeland is our priority. There's nothing that we can do without your own homeland. Anybody without a history, without a background, without whatever it takes to say this is my home, then that person is a missing one in the midst of the whole universe. We are sorry for the late start. Nevertheless, we are going to catch up and we want to implore you to sit tight, stay tuned, share the link on Facebook, share the link on YouTube, and those of our brothers and sisters watching via the satellite, invite your friends and neighbors to come to your home each time so you can together know what it is going
I
on
think
in
I'm
our God
frozen. I may have
ordained
to start,
revolution.
go out and go back in. I'm
It is
frozen.
only on ABC TV that
All
you
right.
can get
All right. Bye.
that which
All all right.
will
Bye.
quench your thirst, that which will satisfy you, that which will give you that joy to know that even though the enemy is working hard to make us fear, to intimidate us, to manipulate us, you get the right information and you will be able to do what is right. We appreciate you, our valiant fighters. We bless you and we just ask God to continue to hide you under his canopy, empower you, and give you the grace to stay still, stay focused till the end. I greet you, my patients in the studio. You're welcome. It's been a while. Yeah.
It has been a while. Yeah, I missed you last week. I know you've been busy with some family affairs, and it's great to see you back
Oh,
here on the horizon. Can you hear me?
can you hear me? I can hear you. I just realized my volume was quite low because you were talking. I didn't really get you loud enough.
Okay, I
Yeah.
am getting you clearly. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, welcome back to your show, The Horizon, and I'm sure we missed
Thank
you.
you, my friend.
And yes, as we know, our theme is staying the cause and fighting for the Amazonia we want. So it's great to be here today. Let me seize this opportunity to greet everyone in the home front, everyone on ground one, and all over the diaspora watching us, and that we appreciate you and we thank you, and we hope that you believe in the uh, you believe in Amazonia, and you want to work hard for us to realize Amazonia. Thank you so much.
Yes. Fellow viewers, I want to appreciate everyone that has been longing to see us again on the horizon. I got so many calls. What's going on with the horizon? Where are you guys? Where are our mothers? Why are you not coming up to talk? Is there anything the issue? Really, I thank God that I'm standing here. I'm smiling. To God be the glory. That as Ma patient said, we'll be missing, and yeah, God is our strength every step as we go along. Here we have a plate full for ourselves as if you run down your programs, you will see some interesting things that we would love to talk about. Um, I will just plead with the technical crew to look on the horizon where we are, where the programs are. The first item on our list, please could you just take it to the last item because I just sent some pictures to you. I'm sorry about that. But please, if there's anything you can do to add it up so we can have it at the tail end. So what we got here is we are willing to talk about my patients. You see that we say all about our people need to know, all about what our people need to know about. It is all about it. That is not everyone that calls the name Ambazonia that is taking you home. It's not everyone. You can bear us witness that really at this point in time, you will realize that it is not everyone that says Ambazonia. It's not everyone that carries the blue and white flag. It's not everyone that carries the seal, the Ambazonian seal that is taking us home. Camouflage, falsehood, deceit, manipulation has become the talk of the day. People have forgotten the reasons why we set out, why we even carried plants on the 1st of October 2016. People have forgotten. People have forgotten how people were shot, fellow brothers and sisters were shot down, live ammunition went through people's cars and through people's chests. People have forgotten how baby Eileen was shot in the eye and was torn into her back. People have forgotten how Sam Sawyer was beheaded. People have forgotten how our valiant fighters from Ivo to one general Sagada was killed just a few days back. People have really forgotten all these things that have taken place. That is why we want to talk about. Do you really think that is everyone that is calling the name Ambazonia that is taking you to Ambazonia? My patience, I don't know whether after looking at the topics or everything, I'm sure, let me not say I don't know. I'm sure after looking at them, you've done lots and lots. You've just refreshing again and revamped to come and highlight. I leave you to talk on this.
Yeah, let me just
We,
follow.
we can make it conversational so that.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'll just follow the line of thought that you were in terms of people forgetting. Um, and it's always good to come back and remind people where we came from and why we are where we are today and where we are going to. We came from a system where, at the most people were crying of marginalization. Most people were crying that we, and I hate to use this word, but I'll use it loosely at this time, those of us called Anglophones, were not given opportunities like those of the people from the other part of uh, the country. That you have people go to great schools and come back, and you have to pay huge sums of money to get into professional schools. I mean, even after that, you don't get into those schools, and that the best jobs are left for our French speaking counterparts. Uh, that was a conversation at one time. We came from a place where we're crying that look at our infrastructure in our areas. We have horrible roads, we have debilitating structures, and our hospitals are going downhill from what they used to be. we came from the point where we used to cry that we had all these great uh, financial institutions, banks, and uh, businesses that have disappeared. We had our own airports that are no longer there. And when you put all this together and then you think about the reason why, then you get deeper into the conversation because you realize that it's not just a matter of marginalization, it's a matter of the fact that those of us that were originally people of the former British Southern Cameroons that were trust territory of the Britain, have never been recognized as equals to those who were trust territory of France. And if that's the case, why would we want to settle for less? Because the problems that the teachers and lawyers in the most recent history of our struggle, the problems that the teachers and lawyers laid out were very simple things that could have been remedied easily by just listening to them. But then the reason, and the only reason that La Republique did not listen to the teachers and lawyers is because we are not important as a people. What they want from the get go is our land, our territory, and they don't give a damn about the common mama in the village who just needs good roads to go from point A to point B, or the child who just wants to have a good education. They don't give a damn about that. So, this conversation we're having is to just remind people. Sometimes when people just have the same thing over and over, you settle. People just settle for less. They say, okay, it is what it is. We cannot change it. But that's where you're wrong. You can change it. When that war was waged upon us on November 30th, 2017, it was a call for changing times. It was a call that um, absolutely you don't matter. Absolutely, you are the dogs and rats that they used to call you. So they can crush you. You're the two cubes of sugar that will melt easily. And they were counting on that, banking on that. But we stood our grounds, and thanks to our young boys and sons who, at that time, the goal was to just exterminate them. You know, that policy to wipe out all young men 12 years and older is a policy to create ethnic cleansing. And if we think about it, really, we should not discount it. We should not settle for less. And we should really work hard to gain our sovereignty. And it's just now that people are learning about the history because most people didn't know that history, that at one time we we ruled in our own land. We were the first people to have um, a diplomatic, I mean, where we had elections, you know, we're the first people when we're in 1950, late 50s, early 60s, to change the change ruler in a peaceful way after uh, having peaceful elections. We're the first people. And so people don't realize it. And I realize that it may be a problem with the young people these days because some of us, we were young, but we lived through the times where things were nice. You know, we grew up in Boya in the late 60s and early 70s, and we saw the beautiful, clean hospitals that we had. We saw the clean streets. We saw the beautiful schools we had. So we know better. Unfortunately, the young people these days, people that were born, I would say, in the 80s, 90s, and after, don't really know what to compare to. So we have to be their voice. That there was a better time, that we are not
I'm
just
happy.
coming from. Yes, my dear.
Yes, that
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
really true. You
Yeah.
know, it's unfortunate that um, our people have been lied to for so long. Our young people, the young generation, do not even know their true history in such a way that even now, in the later years, when this revolution, the war was declared upon us because we stood our grounds, even though Pago Jidinka has started since 1984 crying out loud, many of us were still just in primary school by then, and many did not even know. People were just fooled by the many activities, Youth Day, 20th May. That is, those were days you could go and buy sweets and Miss Girl and march and pass. And then they will give a trophy for the best schools. Those were those lies that surrounded everywhere. Now when we are talking, I want us to look at it at the diplomatic level, defense level, and defense and humanitarian level. Many people are popping heads today, that, oh, we are doing diplomacy. But you ask them, where do they do their diplomacy and go? I know you are somebody that is in the Team Act, the coalition team. There are names and names of people there, and you ask them, where are they talking? What is their platform? What are they up to? What are they even planning? Where is their headway? Because the one I know is that there are so many groups there, Morix, one for in South Africa, one for one for Akwanga, and all these people. At the end of the day, you do not see, because our struggle is an embodiment of the humanitarian diplomacy and defense. You ask them, where are they, even on home front? Come to talk of humanitarian, where do they support the aftermath, our IDPs, our refugees? Where do they go? They equally raise funds. Where do they give their accounts? Where is their accountability? Where is their group that somebody can say, oh, these people, you are really working hard to take us you have the one, they say they are IGK, all those groups that they have just called and listed themselves. Brothers and sisters, we just really want to let you know that your IG, this IG, that coup plotters, coopers in their numbers, who they have spent the last months trying to manipulate you, that they are part of, they are forming a new government. They take a kind of I don't know, a kind of puppet lady like myself, and put in front of them to begin to parade and confusing people that they are doing some, they have a kind of government. You ask them, what government are they talking? They say their government is the one that they want to fight President Sako. I read somewhere they say they have to fight this government. They will stop fighting the main enemy, La Republique, and then they will have to target to bring down this government. Are we fighting to maintain our homeland, defending homeland, or are we trying to bring each other down? Are we trying to kill ourselves, shoot ourselves in the foot? Are we trying to shoot ourselves in the foot before we know that we are to regain our sovereignty? So in this line of saying that not everyone that is calling Ambazonia is even an Ambazonia, is even willing to go to Ambazonia. We had our famous, the one, well, yeah, Vilba. Those were people that people looked up to them when they went into their parliament, into La Republique's kangaroo parliament, and they were making noise there. People thought that they were people, only for them after how many years? I don't know what he's even talking, because after coming out seeking asylum in the UK, I don't know what story that he gave them to have granted him that asylum, and then for him to come around again and be talking another story. So these are some of the things that we should really be critical and be looking at, who is telling you what and where are they going to. Because many people are just, we are sorry to say this, but many people are just deceived. I know We really want to have a homeland. We want to settle down. We want to really call home home. But is it everybody that is calling that name really out there for Ambazonia? Now, Patience, I would like you to take like the defense aspect. We have groups here, group there. Everyone is calling their name. And in reference to what President Sako said last night during the Momo county visit, I know you can put that one together and share to our people to let them know that it's not everybody who is saying Mo, Ambazonia is taking you home to Ambazonia.
Okay. Um, yes, Ma Rachel. I wanted to just ask our people that are listening on the home front and all over the diaspora one simple question. When we started this struggle in terms of really actively defending ourselves, who was the enemy? Ask that question. Who was the enemy? The enemy was La République du Cameroon. The enemy was not your brother or your sister. So what has finally happened that in some cases right now, we have the enemy being our brothers or sisters. Quite a few things have happened within the past 1 year or few months. La République is very good at infiltrating and causing division and conquering. That is their MO, to divide us and then conquer us. And if we are smart enough, we'll find a way to make sure that that doesn't happen. In terms of defense, if you understand why you're fighting, that this land, Ambazonia, is inherently yours, because when the United Nations asked that African colonies be granted permission to get their independence, we were supposed to get our own independence, rightfully so. La République du Cameroon had its own independence January 1st, 1960. So ours came a year and some few months later. So as a point, we are two different people, two distinct people, two different cultures. So they are the enemy that we are fighting so that we restore our independence, we get our land. Now you have all these so-called unity warriors that are fight causing division amongst our own selves. Does that make sense? We understand that the people that are controlling this line, this excuse me, this line reside in the diaspora. And I hate to call the names, but the people that ended up, the coup plotters that ended up creating a counter government that is not doing anything to fight the enemy, clearly shows that they've been infiltrated or bought over by La République. But that doesn't matter. We just shove them to the side and move ahead. We just shove them to the side and move ahead. So, unity warriors that are out there that have not engaged at all at attacking La République du Cameroon have only one goal: to stay as slaves of La République du Cameroon. They like to stay as slaves to to La République. They don't want their independence. But our true ARFs know exactly what is at stake, and they will continue to fight to defend the flag, to sing that anthem that we sing so proudly, knowing that we are really supposed to be the ones to enjoy the land that God gave us. For us, our children to be our, great grandchildren. Yeah, some of us may not really enjoy it for one reason or the other, but we are fighting for future generations. So this defense issue, it's really something that we need to be very careful. Um, the reason that we here are drafting to get money to support our defense is to make sure that they know we are a team, we are a partnership. You cannot be taking money from the interim government and subscribe to Unity Warriors. You cannot do that. If the interim government is funding you, then you are solely part of the ARFs with the goal to set Ambazonia free by attacking the enemy, La République du Cameroon. We pray that the Unity Warriors, that are our own sons and daughters, will realize sooner or later that they made a mistake, that they've been lied to, they've been manipulated. If they are getting some uh, tokens right now, a little money here and there, it will not last. It will only lead to their death. Because when you look into the distant future, when you look into the future, you realize that you have to just stay focused and fight La République du Cameroun. You cannot fight your own brothers and sisters. You cannot spill the blood of your own brothers and sisters and think that all will be well with you. No, it will not be well with you. It will not.
That's very true, Mappy. It is very, very true. And I would just want to reiterate that all these names, if you even know that you are somebody that turns your gun against your own brother, our prayer for you is that you should come back home. You don't call the name Ambazonia in vain, because the moment you have turned that gun against your own brother, whether you have gone to join what manipulative group, if your Niton, if your navel was cut and buried in Ambazonia soil, that place that they call former British Southern Cameroons, that place that your great grandfather came from, any, whether it's Atlantic, Midland, or Savannah zone, know that if your Niton, your navel is buried in that area, and you are turning your gun against your brother, know that you are not calling the name Ambazonia, and anyone sponsoring you is not an Ambazonia. That is why we say, um,
What happened?
I don't know. I'm just watching.
What happened?
I'm
I
just
think
watching.
you've kicked out my host. If you're just
Oh,
watching, how did you get in?
Pastor Commando sent me the. I have a program with the ethics, so he sent me the password. Should I
I think
exit?
you joined too early because the
Yeah.
password you used, you just kicked out the Yes,
Okay.
please exit so she can join back. I think you came in too early. So if you just go ahead and exit and then she's gonna come back in. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I think you made a mistake. You sent a link to someone and they've knocked out Maya Rachel. She No, I didn't send a link to anybody. You want me to come into the program with people? No, it's ethics. You send a link to ethics. I think that I don't know who they get. If you look at the screen now, Marriage has been knocked out. Somebody else. Yeah, he's in the screen now. Marriage has been knocked out. Oh, okay.
And you know my name. I give you glory. Abba Father, you know me. You know my name. Abba Father, you know me. You know my name. Abba Father, you know me. You know my name. You know my name, oh daddy. I can see your hand in my life. Lord, I see your love upon me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. I dey hear your voice in my heart. Lord, I feel your love over me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the pillow. Abba Father, you know my name. Papa, you know me. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yelele, 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 yelele. Yeah, yeah. Jesus, your love, now oh. My master, your kindness, now wonder oh. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. Jesus, you said I be a picking, no. Jesus, you said your love go cover me. Every time I look around, now you are the sea. Every time I look around, now you are the pillow.
I can hear you.
Okay, I got it now. Thank you very much, Keneke. Yeah, thank you, televiewers via satellite, Facebook, YouTube. We are into this together. We will cry together, we will laugh together, and we will get home together, no matter what. This is the voice of the Amazonian woman on ABC TV. We are staying the course until we reach homeland. Homeland is that LGA where you come from, is that county where you come from, is where you will rush and see your home again, home again. When shall I see my home? When shall I see my mother's land? I will never forget my home. Your home, you will never forget your home, no matter how hard. Buy all the houses in America, all the houses in Europe, in Asia, everywhere. Buy it. You know what? Some other people around the world are already saying that Africa is a graveyard because the people spend their time, they live in Europe and America happily, they do their barbecue, they buy their cars, live life. But when time that arm knocks, boom, what they do is everybody starts saying that we have to take them home. Which home? Which home are you even saying that they should take you go there? Especially this time where we are putting faith, bringing our faith together and believing God that we will reach Ambazonia soon. If you know you have not even been given 1 cent, do you think that no problem? There are so many graveyards everywhere because as we are talking about life, we have to start talking about death. Death is inevitable. Every one of us we are going to die one day. But I see people who everyone is saying that no, they have to take the corpse home. You as an Ambazonia, which home? Which home are they going to take your corpse? Is it a home that you worked for? Is it a home that you built? Is it a home that you even contributed? Come to think of it, today we are trying to remind ourselves that it's not everybody that is deceiving themselves and calling the name Ambazonia. I know some people when they tell them, are you contributing, are you doing something, they say, I know where I'm putting my money. Where are you putting your money? The interim government with Dr. Samuel Ikomesako has already, they came out since 3 years ago, 4 years ago, let me put it this way, with the humble Amber Peace Plan, where everyone belongs to a village that constitutes what they will call the local government area, your LGA. Everyone comes from somewhere where you will form your county. Please, brothers and sisters of Amazonia, it is only you and I that can fight for a homeland. We are not borrowing it, we are not begging it. If we go back to the things of history, 1st of October 1961, that was your Independence Day. Until confusion came in, it lured itself through the back door and deceived so many people for so long. That is why some of us think that, oh, it's better to live. Let's not, all those lies that you are lying to yourself is taking us nowhere. Brothers and sisters, come back home. By so doing, look at the right people who are going to Ambazonia. If you don't want to call it Ambazonia, what do you want to call it? Do you want to go to your village that is in Tiben? Do you want to go to your village that is in Toko? Do you want to go to your village that is in Sangele? Do you want to go to your village that is in Andek? You want to go to your village, or you think that you will just relax on your couch, your sofa in America? There's life after death. As we are living now, we will soon die. Very soon you will be saying that they refused my corpse not to go home. My children wanted to take me home, they refused. I wanted to take my mom and my father home, they refused. They asked us to pay. Nobody is asking you to pay. They just ask you to build homeland now that you are alive. Fight for, don't just call Ambazonia by word of mouth. Do it in action. We should be able, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, responsible, educated, and informed people, do not be deceived. Do not be deceived by anyone, anywhere. Fight for your own homeland. There are so many fighting groups. But ask me, where are they fighting? My patients name some of them. Where are they fighting? Because if you are fighting and coming from the west, I'm fighting and coming from the east, the other one is fighting and coming from the north, another from the south. Before you know it, squash who is fighting against us all. But when we decide to enter into demonic pacts with people who are not even whatsoever, some of us claim that I will take the money and use. How can you dine with the devil and think that you will go scot-free? What has the devil ever given to anybody free of charge? Where and when? It is a take-home message and a call to each and every one of us that we should remember that if you are calling the name Ambazonia, ask yourself, what am I doing to bring this nation to reality? Am I talking to officials of my country about the ongoing genocide? Am I talking to the people around me for humanitarian aid? Am I begging the boys in my village not to be killing themselves? Or have you just sat and you are drinking your wine and your whiskey? Don't get me wrong. We are not saying that people should not drink their wine and their whiskey. Drink it very well. But out of the multitude that God has given you, just a token will go a long way to feed an orphan, to help a widow, the homeless, the displaced, the IDPs. And it will put the enemy to shame, because the enemy will see that these people mean business and they really want to go home. They want to come to their homeland. My patience, I don't know if you have anything to add to this.
Yeah, I think I want to just say one more thing, just something for people to put in the back of their minds. Why they should understand that from the very beginning, La Republic never really cared for us. Just think about that resolution 1608, where 64 people voted for independence and 23 against, and 10 were abstentions. How did La Republic vote? La Republic voted for us not to get our independence. Ask the question why? Because all along they had in mind that they would just take our land. This was something that was already brewing. They planned it in such a way that once we had our own independence, supposedly, they just took over. But that would have been okay if we were treated as equals. But from the very beginning, they already had their agenda and they took their time to execute it. Our eyes are open now. This is the never again generation, as we call ourselves. We cannot be enslaved forever. Our children and great grandchildren cannot have any potential if we do not see this through. And to see this through, we need to work hard to make sure that we get that international recognition as a sovereign nation, as Ambazonia, as a former British Southern Cameroons. It's gone this far. At one time, it was a taboo, even talking about independence. It was a taboo. Using the word federation was a taboo. We've gone past federation. And right now, people are seeing the potential that this independent Southern Cameroons, which we restored in 2017, is going to be good for our people. And we have to fight for it. It's not going to be given to us on a silver platter. We have to fight for it. And that's what we are doing. And that takes me to talk about the draft award a little bit. That this is the third time that we're going for the draft.
Martha will come to that.
Okay, my dear. Over to you.
That. Yes, thank you, Mappy. You know, brothers and sisters, fellow Ambazonians, friends and well-wishers, viewers all over the world. The point is that this our quest to restore our sovereignty is so pregnant that if you sit from morning to evening, 1 week, you will not finish talking about and you can never exhaust one topic to the end. Because at every full stop of your sentence, there is another thought that has come to your mind that you really want to say it. I know that amongst everyone out there, you have so fabulous ideas that you wish that I wish they would have said it this way. Thank you for having that thought. That we are able to refreshing ourselves, refreshing our minds to think that, oh, really, it's really true. That it's not everybody that is calling for Ambazonia. Even the people who just break away from our people's interim government, they are fighting. Some of them were rushing and looking for evidence, that they wanted to see evidence. Learned people, they were looking for evidence. You did not see evidence. You went ahead and created a whole hell of confusion, destabilizing sons and daughters of Ambazonia not to be focused and not to think of how they are going home. You begin to propagate lies, manipulation, frustrating people here and there. People are confused for no good reason, because these are men and women people love and listen to, people respected. They came up with, where are they? You listen to some pathetic news that they will give you out there, that I was waiting for. I'm waiting for Mr. Nanchop and Mola Edi to come and give me concrete evidence. Hello, for how long? How many people have you taken away from this journey of going home? Able men and women, you just, without, is it ego? Is it just bitterness or wickedness that you sit out there and you frame lies? We are not saying that anybody is 100%, but then before you create a confusion in the midst of something that is moving smoothly, even when the international community had already been talking our case, you people just erupted from nowhere with one big, I don't even want to say it, God forgive me, but they know themselves, making noise all over the place, confusing sons and daughters after having gone and swallowed blood money to enrich their wretched selves. And they just think that they will go away with and leaving children scattered here and there, giving room. Any one of you that ever sat in any of those meetings and has caused confusion that children have been killed here and there, you better start coming out and asking for forgiveness from the Ambazonian people. Because this your nonsense that you did a few months ago has caused our children now and then to be killed every day. Because some of them listened to you, some of them hearkened and did what you wanted them to do, not knowing that you were sending them to the lion's den to go and be killed. Setting confusion amongst communities. Now children are being killed because you have shown the enemy the way, you opened the door for them to come in. But let me just tell you that you will never succeed. Never. Because God, who has called this thing, is still on the throne. If you could succeed, you will know that you could have. But up to now, you are still biting your teeth. And you will bite it and chew your tongue. Because I'm talking like this because children are being killed carelessly and anyhow because of the demons that you showed them the way in. Some of you have taken people and dropped them to the other side. Today, we don't have any people that can help them because you just confused the whole of the places. If you wanted to have gone, you should have gone alone and let the people stay and be doing the work they were doing. My brothers and sisters, let nobody deceive you that they are going to Ambazonia and then you don't ask them, are you drafting? Did you pay this? Where is your LGA? When last did you attend your LGA meeting? And please, not everywhere that they call LGA and county, you go there and be communing with them. It is just a bunch of people who have scattered themselves with fake news from one fake basket mouth. Until today, they cannot sit down to give directives to people. They have all disappeared into the thin air. And let me just say it here. Next
Ma-
slide.
yes, let me just chime a little bit more, Rachel. So if someone were to ask, what differentiates the people that followed the coup plotters from those that stayed with the interim government? How does it come about that someone will decide to stay with the interim government and someone will decide to follow the coup plotters? I see it as such that there are some people that are weak-minded, that were never really solid in this struggle for our independence, and they found a way out to just disappear in terms of not funding or not participating, and that was their way out. There were some people that were really, really deceived, that they really believed, even though they could not really see the evidence, but they believe in some loudmouth people. You know, sometimes some loudmouth people will speak and you just believe in them blindly. So there are some people that did that, that just believed in that loudmouth person, and whatever that loudmouth person says is gold to them, and maybe realizing now that, oh, that was a blunder on their part. And for those people, they can find themselves back to the interim government. They may be afraid or shy, or whatever the word you want to use, but they can find their way back. And this is a perfect time to do that, when the draft is coming, where they can go show their allegiance to this interim government and participate by drafting. And then there are those who were primarily La Republic agents amongst us from the get-go. Don't kid yourself, my Rachel. From the get-go, there have been some people that are La Republic agents amongst us, and they saw that as a perfect
I know when
opportunity.
this thing started. You know, some of
Yeah,
these things, Mape, when I used to
yeah,
be prison director, I know when the one who called himself Oliver the Fighter, when the wife
yes,
was arrested and kept somewhere, and the day that there was a communique that the guy that was with the wife, and they released him to go and have a talk with him. They blindfolded us and said that no, the guy did not go to talk to him. But the one I knew that that was when that thing started. And the other one technically did not ever mention it, and they deceive people till today. They
yeah,
deceive people, and people, I don't even know. We sit and we remind ourselves that Paul Biya in 2018 said in Paris that they have been trying since to assimilate us. They did not succeed. For over 60 years, they have been trying to assimilate us. It has not worked. Another person comes up and tell you that I was the one that brought the deal. And then you go and you start believing this kind of person that says, I'm the one that brought the deal. Where was he? What connection? When he was sitting in front of your state TV and talking how we are going to kill, we are fighting the enemy, but at the same time he was having talks with that same enemy to bring a deal for you.
yeah,
Have we sat down to think that how how can salt and fresh water come from the same source? That's what the Bible says. Fresh and salt water, you cannot get where you see sea water and fresh water. They come from the same place. You should just know that that was a backstabbing for somebody who came in front and was deceiving you and going behind and was selling you to the enemy. And at the end of the day, he sits here and cooks a lie. We have the proof. We have the proof. Up to today, they tell you to bring the proof. You cannot bring the proof. You went ahead and you made a deal. Amazonian people, this same you made a deal with some, you systematically demilitarized all the LGAs, collecting money that somebody was going to supply us things. And for over a year and a half, those things were not coming. And another one stood there in the name of vice president and told us that the day the things will come, he doesn't know where he will put our faces. I'm looking for his face. I cannot see his own face to come and tell me that those things have come and where is your face? It is so annoying just because that Amazonian people are being lied to every step of the day. And you see
You
the
know,
people who will sit there, they'll be lying to you and causing the death of our brothers every day. The other day they were reporting that they went to one town in Moyoka LGA there and rampage people, what they call Kale Kale, and they are scattered all over in Boya there because they want to lock up somebody because of the lies some of these people implicated, just deceive people for no good reason, for their own pockets. Now their families are safe in Ghana, living there freely, enjoying their lives with the money they have stolen from the Amazonian people. And then we are here to tell you people that watch who calls the name of Amazonia beside you. Watch them very well. Watch who is carrying the Amazonian flag.
Rachel,
Watch them.
well, that is blood money. If you're there in Ghana, settled in, and you were people thought that you were there fighting the enemy, that is blood money. The thing with blood money is that it doesn't last. You can have the luxury uh, for 1 year or 2 years, but when it turns against you, you wish that you were never born. So that blood money, it's a blood money with a curse. Uh, I mean, of course, it will happen. Um, that person with loud mouth has really dealt a blow to this our struggle because unfortunately for us, we had believed in that person. But when you go back and check his history, you realize that that guy with a loud mouth was not really somebody who cared about our independence. In the back, in the core of most of his words, if you really examine him, uh, he's somebody that really believed in one Cameroon. He really preferred federation. But unfortunately, we put him out there as our spokesperson and gave him all the power. And thank God for our president who was wise and knew when to come up and defend himself, because this loud mouth person really never gave the president the opportunity to shine. He thought that with his loud mouth and everything that he's doing, that Amazonians will turn to him and make him president. That's what he was looking forward to. But we saw through him and know that he doesn't have the temperament to lead a nation. And the rest of his family enjoying in Ghana, as I said, that is blood money, and it's going to choke them in their necks one day. It's not going to go down. In terms of the other one you call the vice president, I was one of those who believed in him a lot. And I was looking forward to when those materials will show up. I don't really care for them showing up. I just want to see the results. When you have materials, the materials are meant to be used. They're not just meant for you to just have materials. You have materials to use them against the enemy. So they have formed their own government. Let them take the materials and use against the enemy. That I'm not seeing. So what happened to the materials? What happened to the materials? Are they waiting for an opportune moment to just, boom, come up with a major plan and use these materials against the enemy?
No,
I,
they're saying that they are waiting for President Sako to, according to them, they use their own word, impeach. Whether to them impeachment is removing somebody from office. It's so pathetic because learned people who say call themselves doctors and left, right, center, you listen to them talk, you wonder whether they really know. But fellow Amazonians, we are not happy recounting our stories, our brothers and our sisters, because it's frustrating. It's just to let us know that when you listen to some people talk, ask questions before you go following them. Because I know many of us that are thinking, how do we go about this thing again? No problem. No problem. We are one. If you have gone and you have realized that they did not give you any evidence, you did not see anything that was worth convincing that of all what they were saying, and then you have waited for them to even start up something that will even let you know that they are going to Boya, you haven't seen it. Don't worry, you have your LGA. your local government area, just go you there. Just go you there. Call your local government chair or chair lady and speak with them and say, Master, this thing dey so. I begin the thing say, um, really, I don't go see am, nothing, no dey. You know, say when they send pikin make e go carry water, e go, water don cut, e go come back with the empty jug for house. No man know fit beat you because he say why you no bring water? Because we know say river don dry, stream don dry, tap don cut. No man no beat you. So na the thing that we dey talk for here say no be every person wey dey talk say I dey go Amazonia begin dey call the name Southern Cameroons, dey call am Amazonia. If you even watch some of them sef, dem no even fit call am again say Amazonia. So one talk the other day, talk say Ayabacho don go take money, e don go deceive for ransom, don take money. I think say e go end am for say e dey deceive Amazonians. E just end am say e dey deceive Cameroonians. Bible say by their fruits you shall know them. Person talk, I think say e go talk for end say you deceive Amazonia, say dey deceive na Cameroonians. So all those kind of things dem, brothers and sisters, na for all we for really be certain. When you hear some person talk, call some your friend, ask am say, I don hear this person dey talk, so wetin you think about this person? Find out, so that some person go fit be where e go fit be more informed than you. Then you, if you ask it the question, you go fit clarify, you say be careful with this person, or may watch this person, because it's not everyone that says Amazonia is climbing the Motengene hill. Some are going the other way down to Tiko and to cross Miselele and begin to go. We have to be careful. Really, it's not everyone. You know, these past months don't teach us for even know. Na time this way we will dey ask the question. Like the next thing we dey for our list. Now which one even be beneficial? Na for wait until they catch you for say me you can't pay ransom, or na for say me you support your LGA, pay your draft, pay your contributions, so that me we fit get things for fit fight the enemy. Which one be beneficial? My patience. We just see Mama Mundi wey they say they release it. E pikin dem give 48 million, mama me plenty money oh. And then they say La Republique too still give 35 million. Papa Ayaba, whosa you take and you keep am? Na that money wey you go for go carry am for oil for London, wey you dey make sure say you collect am all around on a how? Whosa you keep that kind money? Na how the arrangement dey? Na how much million be that? If na even true sef. They say one side na 48 million be the other side they say na 35. That means say na how many million be that one ma pay? Mo begin calculate am. Na that means say na about 83 million if my arithmetic still dey accurate. Whosa keep
You
all
know,
this money only for Mami Mundi one 83 million. If they be take this 83 million, La Republique take 35 million, enough for be hospital, or Mami Mundi pikin dem dey take this 48 million. They not be for take and give am make dem be homeland wey they not for catch their mommy.
Marisha.
Penny wise, pound foolish.
Well,
Now which one be beneficial and to who? Huh.
I will just make a guess or conjecture right now that, you know, I take that with a grain of salt. All this throwing out of money and all the like in terms of how much money was given to rescue this mama. Um, in my mind, I'm thinking that ADF, Choyaba, and La Republique are working together. So whatever propaganda they have out there, if the children paying money, it's money for La Republique and Cho Ayaba to split. I don't think that La Republique will give money to rescue this mama. I think more that the money, if money came from the family, and then La Republique and Cho Ayaba benefit financially. For one thing, where will that money be channeled to? To what bank? Cho Ayaba has a bank for money, large sums of money to go into. I mean, he's been watched by the international community. He's a terrorist. So is there money going to him in Norway? Where's that money going to? We need to ask those questions. So when I think about things like that, I just realize that there's something fishy going on, because we have always known that ADF and 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 uh, and La Republic have some sort of understanding. And if money is coming in to rescue somebody, they know exactly how that money is being shared amongst themselves. But we don't have to worry about all that. We, as genuine Southern Cameroonians, Amazonians, we want our restoration. So we'll do things the right way. We'll draft through our LGAs, through our counties. And the intention is that this money will go to our ARFs for them to execute to free our land further. They've done an amazing job so far that we've gotten to this stage. You know, they started with den guns, with machetes and all the like. They were just trying to defend themselves. Now they got themselves organized, working with the interim government as a as partnership, and we fund them, and they execute. And they should realize that this is for their freedom more than for our freedom. Because you said before, Rachel, that most of us are living in the diaspora. We may end up saying, okay, when we go to the other world, they take our bodies there. But that means that we will not be living any lives in that land that we are fighting for, right? So we are trying to live our best life as we can. And that takes me back to something that I thought about a few days ago. You know, life may be going on well in the cities, but think about the life that we grew up as people from the Southern Cameroons, visiting your grandmother, visiting your village, and just having fun and just relaxing. How many villages is it possible to do that nowadays? You know, you can be a city girl and do whatever you're doing in the city, but it's different going to the village. For people that have grandmothers are living in the villages, like mine lived in the village, I used to love to just go visit with her there, and just have peace. The greenery, the ravines, the little rivers behind the house. Those are things that people are missing. You know, we have war-torn areas where things have just been burnt down, buildings damaged, nothing going on. Is that what we want? No, we want to have
Ma,
our villages restored back. So we are fighting through this draft to make sure that we get all of that back.
Patience.
Yeah,
The thing is that this, I'm just so interested in this ransom paying.
yeah,
Some people say, I have listened to so many people, oh, they catch my person, they say, more pay 25 million. I ask them, say, oh, someone I get 25 million for pay.
yeah.
When I pay them, someone they say they pay them. I said, that 25 million, what do you think that 25 million could have done if you, your whole family, had come out and supported for for us to push the enemy out?
Good
Because there is
question.
something behind this ransom where I would like people to understand that work hard not to be paying ransom. Some people say I go bury my papa, they hold me for road, say me I pay 10,000. The people that they hold you say me you pay 2 million or 5 million, me you no go bury your papa. No be the matter una today, no be una restoration forces them. Na people wey dey take advantage for the fact say you people bona fide Ambazonians, you have refused to fight for justice. You have refused to fight against injustice, and criminals have come in and are demanding all these despicable things over your land. Because you yourself, you've refused to stand up for justice. You've decided not to restore your land. That is why some group of people gather themselves on the roadside when you are coming with the convoy. They tell you you no go cross until you give us so 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 so. Now the thing that so all that one a ransom taking. You know mean I say they must kidnap you before they go keep you for some place. Then they start, they ask you ransom keeping and taking. And another form of ransom wey dem dey do for our people dem na say when they come for some place, they can do what their famous kale kale. They can catch all pikin dem, man and woman dem. They start ask their family dem say make they bring 300,000 before they can release people. That one na still ransom. Why all these ones? And because wetin, una don leave una land, they don crawl in, they don enter, and then they begin to get enrich themselves in very for some kind thief mago kind conny kind banditry way. They use una on top una own land, and then some of una just shidon una no dey care. Wosan your brother or your auntie or your cousin get 300,000 for go begin dey pay. For some family, they go catch like 4 people and each head na 300,000. If una calculate all that 300,000, una no see say na thing wey me and una we for fit join am for say okay o, make we give am for this our pikin dem wey they don decide for defend homeland. Because na the different parts dem that for ransom. La Republique don carry own through what they call am, kale. E go can bundle people dem. For night, they go just catch people dem. Before you wan hear, they start call you for their station. They say your person dey here, make una bring 500, make una bring 300. Now another form for ransom that. Because why? You people have refused to fight for your land. The other form na the form where they go do targeted kidnapping, calculated kidnapping with figures like Mamundi. Even though he say he be senator, some people then say they don't remember time they vote for him. So they'll target high figures like her. They'll carry them. They go. Me, I know her very well. They'll target. They'll take it. Go with it. They go lucky. Begin to use our honorable sister, honorable mother, honorable grandmother. Begin to play their mago with a whole honorable woman. After they go say me pikin dey bring money, the pikin dem too, una sef not see say na time for say make una join hand, make we free that homeland. Because if they don't catch mama today, tomorrow they go catch pikin, they go catch grand pikin. Because the lizard wey you no kill am today, e go turn alligator tomorrow, e go turn crocodile tomorrow, e go turn dragon tomorrow. And when e start spit fire, not another way we go fit do. Now why that way we dey call on everybody, every Amazonian, say make you calm, calm she down. Try make we kill the lizard today before it turn dragon. Yes. And as you look at all of us, we dey pay ransom. We no dey pay. Our pikin dem no dey go school. You dey pay na ransom. Our pikin dem, they dey kill them every day. You dey pay ransom with their lives. Ransom no only mean that say when they don't kidnap you, they say bring 300. No. Go sleep, look at everybody is paying ransom. Because when your cousin wey be get to the work, no dey work, he go dey ask you say, abeg, send me small $100. You go send na ransom that way you dey pay. Because if that your cousin be the work, maybe if good governance, good rule of law be established itself in Amazonia, the land free, all of us stand up, say enough is enough. We want our sovereignty. You work your $100, you go keep am because your brother too for day go get means where he go start the work he own, dey keep am. So me, you know, say you wey you dey do Western Union, you wey you dey do MoneyGram, you wey you dey do mobile money, you wey you dey do any form of money transfer to comfort somebody at home, no say you dey pay na ransom. And the benefit na who? Like now, so mobile money tax don increase. E dey go na for who their treasury. Even if you do bank transfer na for their bank, na who they dey gain the money. And you will come out to say you don't pay ransom. You dey pay oh. But interim government, they only ask you, they ask each one for say, this our pikin the way that they put their life, may we support them. Support them the best way according to your measures, how God don bless you. because some people then they not fit wear them. If their watch not be Rolex, if their watch not be timeless, they no buy them. But some person they only manage for see how if you get only small clock. So according to your measure, please answer the call and free homeland. If you dey work for BB office, use that your BB office, do diplomacy. If you dey work for any place where it get influence, ask the people there for there. So that way you no begin dey pay ransom. Because that auntie, that uncle wey dey pay money for you, dey pay ransom. Instead for you for go holiday for your own homeland, you dey take plane, you dey fly the go na for different country, you dey still pay ransom. Na ransom you dey pay. Because why? You claim say you no fit go for your own. Why you no fit go for your own? Nobody has stopped you not to fight to free your homeland. You are the one stopping yourself. You are stopping yourself. Then you dey go pay ransom. Now you dey buy air ticket, I dey go Bahamas, I dey go Miami, I dey go all these places. You get different name them. Then you say you no dey pay ransom. You dey pay ransom. Because the satisfaction is not complete. It's not complete. You never go home. It's not complete. Even when you dey sleep, you dey deceive yourself. And if you dey deceive yourself, you dey still pay ransom. Na ransom that way you dey pay am so. Because you are longing for something that you cannot get. You are paying ransom with your desires that cannot be fulfilled. So it is high time every Ambazonian begin to wake up, the thing how I fit join hand for this journey. May we go home. Yes, not be that una thing, na that our thing. Because if una not do, one day where you go think say they will carry your peace, perfect peace, go for this, space no go dey. Yes. I think say we fit exhaust that one. My patience. I think so if we exhaust that one. Now look at the next topic if we take on if there's still time. Yes, Mappy, I know say you don't really the itch that role of a woman in war times. Maybe we'll handle that next time. We can skip to the next and see what we can talk about this our draft. And then if there is time, our technical crew is saying that maybe we may not have the videos for the end of year celebration of the International Menstruation Day for our girls. But notwithstanding, I can play the audios, can play it just now, and unfortunately we did not have time to upload, and yeah, we will still have the videos because we will need our donors to see what we did with the programs that we came up supporting the girl child. We have a package full, but we will just have the audio. So my patience, before that, let's get to our should we do that before draft or after draft?
Do it before.
Before draft. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Woman, Ambazonian woman, Ambazonian mother, Ambazonian auntie, Ambazonian bamba, Ambazonian mouth, Ambazonian ear, Ambazonian iye, Ambazonian ya, Ambazonian every womanhood. I respect una, I thank una, every one of us wey stand up for the month of May to support the girl child, to respond to the call of the Department of Women's Services for say we be done here since 2016 say our mommy and our sister the way they run go inside bush, they dey use moss plant. They dey use moss plant, they go wash am, the foam go comot, they go use am for their monthly period. So since then, not be saying na the first time we dey do this kind of program, we don dey support behind, but not in a large scale like this one where we happen to get many of our girls put in one place and to carry out this initiative. This is the largest that we had. We also did some in different orphanages where you have grown-up girls and in different places. We were able to, we said it here at the beginning of the month of May. That May is MAPE analyzed it very well and saying that our period is 28 days and May is the fifth month of the year, and what was it again? Minimum period for people to see their period is between 3 and 7 days, but the average in it there was they took the fifth month. So it's very symbolic, and the 28th of May is the 28-day cycle for most regular women, except for some women who have shorter or longer days. So 28th of May, if you as a woman did not know, is the International Menstruation Day that has been set aside for women. And the Department of Women's Services under the interim government of Dr. President Samuel Komesako, we set out there to see that we reach some of our girls, so that they could benefit. Some of us contributed in the last days a fundraise that MAPE, the department, initiated. We thank the women that were able to chip in something so that even though this international month has come to an end, the period keeps flowing every month. It's a monthly thing. So if you did not give your money, please just still follow that payment link and pay your money, support that program, and just add to it and say for supporting the girl child. The money is going to get into that account, and we are going to take it and we will use it. Without taking much of our time, let me just play by audio. Bear with us what we have here. We could have had the video so you see, but let me increase my volume so that you will get it. So just listen.
I come to Bible stand once in a while and very briefly. I'm here today representing some of the women who have put together certain things to help. We are all women and we know what we all go through. And it's no fault of ours. So as you find yourselves here today, we are all in need, but we know that your own need is more than some of us. So they put together a few things so that they can help in what will help making menstruation a normal fact of life. So they've provided a few things that will help you during this period. And then you get some training too, like to be able to take care of yourself. And also training as women to have confidence in yourself and to stand up in society. Protect yourself so that you can also protect those who are around you, those you work with tomorrow, and the children that you will have. At least you have this knowledge to equip yourself from now henceforth for the future. So these women, they are a group. So they thought of what to do and came up with these things so that they can help you. And we really hope that they go a long way to help. And also that even if help is given only once, you should find a way for it to be sustainable. So if you are given a plan today, if you cannot get another one tomorrow, if you don't have money, you'll be taught how to produce your own so that you can help yourself when you don't have money to buy from the market. So that is why it's necessary that you are attentive. And we also know what menstruation is. So you also learn, you are all women.
Okay, I will play a second video. For me, it's a video.
Okay, we are here in Bafoussam today to give out the parts to some of the IDPs that were invited. We intend to give to about 300 of them, and a good number of them are already sitting in the hall. This is a hall in the governor's office. At least they accepted to give us that space. And what we intend to give them today, we are giving them parts. These are the parts that were sent to us by you people. We have to, because a pack contains 48 parts, we divided them so that each package should have 12. Here in the market, we have a
Right.
packet of 10 each. So these are
Yes,
the packs
Commander.
of 12 parts each. This
You
one we
call
bought
me?
from the market so that we should
Yes,
make up the number to 300. So
I know.
in all here, we have
I know. She made a mistake.
300
Yeah, she made. Okay.
packet of parts
All right.
to
I'll let
give
her
to
know.
these
Thank you.
girls.
I
We
will.
have 240 here and 60 in that carton. And then together with the parts, we'll put them in a pack, and each pack will contain a part. We also bought toothbrushes, about 300. Each of them will take back a toothbrush. And then we had medicated soap to pay for them because many of them have skin diseases. They have issues with their skin, so they had this medicated soap made out of aloe vera and neem, which is very effective against skin diseases. So these are the soaps. About 400 pieces are here. Put them in the package. And then also we have Eau de Javel,
Yeah.
La Croix, Eau de Javel, which
I'm on my show.
500 milliliters.
I saw it. Thank you. All
So
right.
we
Bye for now.
package them and put them in the pack that we have. So when they finish, we put them in these plastic bags. So each plastic bag will have a pack, toothbrush, eau de javel, soap,
Ma, Rachel,
also
Okay.
I was going to say that we have to play this next time so that they can really see the video itself. So I think we need to
Yeah.
round up because I think there's another show coming up.
Okay, thank you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Amazonians, we just use this hour to tell you that that was the ceremony that we were able to get about 300 and more girls to benefit for the Girl Child program. For some reasons, we cannot say what is going on, but that is what we got with some of your money that the money that we got from Echoes of Women's Tears. We are still spending it there, and the training that most of them will be undergoing, training the girl child for certain things. They are privileged to be in that place, to be taking that training, to be the women and the girls that. And unfortunately, it's our own mothers, our own sisters that are behind, and we thank God for them for the great work that they are doing. And we equally want to say that the draft 2022 draft um, is coming up. Is starting on Saturday. Today is Friday. Tomorrow there's the grand launching. Tomorrow is the grand launching. Don't miss. Don't miss. If you are in the presidency, you are in the cabinet, you are in the whatever department, whatever form, ABC, come out, counties, LGAs, everybody come out, every Amazonia come out and start. Let the launching be a boom. Let it be a bombshell. Let the glass ceiling just crash and let everybody hear that people that don't come again. Oh, hey, Sako people that don't come. No mind that the name that way they give. People the way they want go them for Amazonia back when I can tomorrow. When I can tomorrow, may we make noise. More make noise. May they make where I not fit talk am over. But may una come tomorrow. Link the door. They will share the link then tomorrow. Any may una come oh, may una come. Man we wan go house, may e come. According to your measure, bring am. Make we put am. Una go hear. International community don dey talk am. We go reach all man already know na the last 5 days. Now no time for chef bam and time for actor. Now actor the talk. So I will not take much of our time. I thank you for being out there, fellow viewers.
Ma
Mape,
Rachel,
if you have something to add, yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to appreciate everyone who donated during this 5 day fund drive that we initiated at the end of May. I think it was from May 27th to the 31st. Like Marisha said, if you didn't participate, it's not too late. We raised $870 so far. And I just want to thank all those who donated, both men and women. It wasn't only women. We had some men that helped in funding this fund sanitary fund drive. So let's aim for $1,000 at least. So keep the donations coming if you're listening to me. And when we execute what we intend to do, we will have the videos to show you. I think next time when we meet, Marisha will have the videos of the one that she played the audio so that you can see it for yourself. So thank you so much. And as she's about to end, I just want to encourage everyone to come in tomorrow during this award drive. Award launch, and it is our final run. I believe to get home front once and for all. Thank you so much.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Mapi. Thank you, our technical crew for the wonderful job. Thank you, viewers. We are back again next week. We thank you for being patient, tuning in, and your comments on Facebook are so encouraging. We thank you. We are all together into this, and we will learn together. We will celebrate together. We wish you a pleasant weekend while you continue with the next program. Ethics for an Emerging Nation is coming up later in the evening or in your morning or your afternoon, wherever you find yourself. Ethics is coming. Is for us to boast ourselves, and then we know that Amazonia is a home where it will be an exemplary one for everyone to come in with good, to enjoy good governance, good rule of law, justice, equity, and what have you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Stay blessed till next Friday. It is your horizon with my patience and my Rachel. Stay blessed. God loves you most. Bye for
Bifendae, kadu yenyu bifendae. We will be quick, kadu yenyu bifendae. We will be quick, kadu yenyu bifendae. Oh, kilo bifendae. You left so kilo duamba. Yelelelelele duamba. Where do I take me go be?
Hey, 27, my boy.